In March 2025, a man with no programming background whatsoever described what he wanted to build to an AI tool in plain English. The AI wrote the code. He cleaned it up over a weekend. He delivered a working booking system to a local physiotherapy clinic. He charged $750. Then he did it again for a restaurant that needed a table reservation app. Then again for a gym that wanted a simple membership tracker. Each project taking a weekend or less. Each one earning between $600 and $1,200. By month 4, he had made over $6,000. He had not written a single line of code. This is vibe coding, and it is the most significant shift in how software gets built since the internet existed. Let's define it properly, because vibe coding sounds like a Silicon Valley joke, and it is absolutely not. Andre Karpathy coined the term in February 2025. Karpathy is not a random person. He co-founded OpenAI and ran Tesla's entire AI division. When he describes a new approach to building software, the industry listens. His definition: describe what you want in plain English, and let AI translate that intention into production-ready code. You do not write code. You do not need to understand code. You describe the outcome. The AI handles the rest. Collins Dictionary named it the word of the year for 2025. Searches for vibe coding exploded 6,700% in a single year. And here's the data point that stops every developer in their tracks. In Y Combinator's Winter 2025 batch, the most prestigious startup accelerator on the planet, 25% of startups had code bases that were 95% or more AI generated. Not assisted, not augmented, 95% AI generated. Yike President Gary Tan said it directly. This is not a fad. This is the mainstream way of programming in the future. The barrier to building software has collapsed. And that collapse created an enormous gap between the businesses that need simple custom software and the developers who are too expensive to build it. That gap is where the money is. Let's talk about the tools. Because understanding what is available changes everything. This is just a small list to get you up to speed. There are many more. Bolt.new. You type a description of what you want to build. Bolt generates a full working web application. No setup. No environment configuration. It works in the browser. You can go from idea to working prototype in under 10 minutes. Cursor, a code editor with AI built directly into it. The difference from Bolt is that Cursor gives you more control. You can guide the AI, modify specific sections, and build more complex applications. Slightly steeper learning curve. Significantly more powerful. Lovable. Specifically designed for building full-stack web applications without touching code. Used by non-technical founders to build apps they then take to market. Has generated real documented income for its users at scale. Claude Code. Anthropic's coding, focused AI. Particularly strong for building autonomous workflows, setting up systems that run without ongoing human input. The tool that makes the fully automated income plays possible. All of these tools have free tiers. The paid plans run $10 to $20 a month. The total investment to start building is essentially zero. Now the 3 income paths. Because this is where vibe coding becomes a side hustle rather than a hobby. Path 1. Freelancing for local businesses. This is the fastest path to first income, and it is the one the man in the opening story used. Small businesses, restaurants, physiotherapists, gyms, tradies, salons, real estate agents need simple custom software. Booking systems, inventory trackers, lead capture forms, customer dashboards, simple internal tools. They cannot afford to pay a developer $10,000 to build these things. They can afford to pay you $500 to $2,000. With vibe coding tools, what used to take a developer weeks now takes a non-technical person a weekend. The economics are brutal in the best possible way for you. Freelance vibe coders on Upwork are charging $100 to $350 an hour because they can deliver in hours what used to take days. A new entrant charging $750 flat for a weekend project is simultaneously cheaper than a developer and more profitable per hour than almost any other hustle on this channel. The sourcing method. Open Google Maps. Search any business category in your area. Filter for businesses with no website or a basic website with no booking functionality. Those are your leads. A physiotherapy clinic with no online booking system is losing appointments every day. That is your pitch. Path 2. Micro-SaaS. Build a small, focused software tool that solves one specific problem for one specific audience. Charge a monthly subscription fee. Examples currently working: an invoice generator for freelance designers, a booking system for tattoo studios, an inventory tracker for small restaurants, a content calendar for solo newsletter creators. Vibe coding compresses the build time from months to days. This means you can test multiple ideas quickly until one gains traction. The median successful micro SaaS built with Vibe coding tools hits $1,200 monthly recurring revenue within 90 days. The top 10% reach $5,000 or more per month. And here is the exit play that most people overlook. A tool earning $1,000 a month sells for $24,000 to $48,000 on platforms like acquire.com. You build it in a weekend, run it for 6 months, and sell it for the equivalent of 4 years of salary. Path 3. Selling app templates. Build a polished, functional app template, a booking system, a client portal, a restaurant menu app, and sell it as a digital product on Gumroad or Product Hunt. Price it at $49 to $199. Sell it indefinitely. This is the most passive of the 3 paths and the slowest to generate income. But once a template finds its audience, it requires 0 ongoing work. Now the honest caveats. Because this is not magic, complex applications still require real developers. Vibe coding is extraordinary for simple functional tools. It breaks down when applications become architecturally complex, need to handle large data sets securely, or require integration with multiple enterprise systems. The Lovable platform discovered in 2025 that 10% of its generated apps had critical security flaws. Real applications handling sensitive data need a developer to audit what the AI built. The market is not crowded yet, but the window is real. This is a 12 to 18-month window before competition in the freelancing space becomes significant. The tools are improving, and more people are discovering them every month. The advantage of starting now is not just income, it is building a portfolio and client base before everyone else arrives. And the income is not as passive as it sounds. Freelancing requires finding clients, scoping projects, and delivering reliably. Micro SaaS requires customer support, maintenance, and ongoing iteration. These are real businesses with real operational demands. The AI removes the technical barrier. It does not remove the work of running a business. So what is the verdict? In February 2026, 41% of all code written globally was AI generated. 92% of American developers were using AI coding tools daily. The direction of this technology is not ambiguous. The question is only whether you get in front of it or behind it. A man with no coding background made $6,000 in his first 4 months by describing software in plain English. That is not a lucky outlier. That is the documented experience of thousands of people who started in 2025 before this became common knowledge. Verdict: 9 out of 10. Pursue now. This is the highest rated episode on this channel, and it is not close. One of the few genuinely new opportunities with a documented timing advantage. The tools work for non-technical people. The demand from local businesses is structural and enormous. The income ceiling is significant and documented. And the window where early movers have a meaningful advantage over latecomers is open right now. The only question is whether you use the next 12 months or watch someone else use them instead.